Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Hello, 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 hello. Mm, Hello. I am trying to connect other people. इन्टरनेट नचलाऊ है.
Hello. 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 I cannot hear you, anyone. I can just hear Dharmaji, but is it presentation started?
Hey, Rupali, I hear you.
Yeah. Okay, you can hear me, but I think Dr. Baiv can hear me, but I cannot hear his voice. So,
Uh,
so, okay, okay, no problem. So, actually, Dr. Baiv sent me message. Okay, so his mic is not working. That's fine. So,
mhm.
are you going to start presentation?
Oh, me or you talking about me? But Dr. Babe, give me the permission. I am ready. No problem.
Okay, so because yours is 3:30 slot and mine is the 4 o'clock slot.
I'm here on the chat board. The first. Okay, Dr. Babe, can I start my presentation? Okay, let me start my presentation. Okay,
Yes.
my presentation topics is. Let me
Dharmaji, you have to share the screen first because we cannot see your presentation.
please share the screen. Let me check where is the how to share the screen. Means I need to open my video. Oh, sorry, camera on.
No, no, no. No need to open your camera. Just share your screen. You have to play your presentation on your laptop, and then you will just you have to share that screen.
You don't need camera. Okay, please share. Okay, just you see now.
No, nobody can see your. I mean, at least I cannot see your presentation.
Okay, I'm putting my the presentation here.
Hmm. Can you see one green arrow, Dharmaji? Can you see one?
Green arrow here on the
Yes.
okay screen share. Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So just click that.
Share right.
Yes.
Entire screen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Google sends out right.
Yes. There, there is one green icon with a white color arrow. Just click that, and then you will see. mm,
You got it now.
Yeah, I got it. But what you are doing right now, you are sharing your Google window, Google Hangout screen. Just
Okay, what I do? Why I need to do the entire screen?
you have to start your presentation. Just start your presentation.
You
And
don't need the camera. There are icons on the left. Of on them is to share your screen. Okay, share now. Now okay. Now okay?
Dharmaji, that's what I'm saying. That you are sharing your screen, but we cannot see what you are sharing. You are sharing your. I think you are sharing. Yeah.
Just
Now. Yeah. Now we can see.
okay. Now see?
Yeah. Now that was. This is your screen. Yeah. Now we can see. Now
Okay.
make it full slideshow.
Okay. Let me talk to Dr. Babe. Okay. Okay. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. Make it full screen. Okay. Okay. I that's my full screen.
Yes. Okay.
Okay, Dr. Babe, can I start? Okay, not yet. Make it full screen, not yet. Let me see the full screen. Now I'm in full screen.
Hit F5.
Let me check the Dr. Babe message. Hit F5. Okay.
He's saying same thing. That's fine.
Hit F5. F5. Not yet. Make it full screen, not yet. Hit F5. Just I hit F5. Sorry. When you are in PPT. When you are in PPT. F5. Wow. When you are in PPT. I'm on in PPT now.
Mm-hmm.
Shift F5. Hmm. I press F5. Just start the slideshow. Like this.
No, click on the slideshow button.
Slideshow bottom.
Which, uh, which is on the top, which is on the top toolbar.
Yeah.
Go there, little bit
Uh-huh.
slideshow button. Slideshow button is in the insert design home, insert design transition animation.
Design what I do there.
Go there, transition, next button, animation, slideshow.
Anyway, yeah. Slideshow. Let me check. Slide size, format background.
No, next to design button, what is there?
Transaction.
Yeah, then animation. Next to that,
Animation. Let me check. This is
no, listen to me. आप जरा मुझे then animation. Then next to transition button there is animation.
animation. Okay.
Next to that slideshow is there.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Click slideshow from beginning.
Okay. Now I click on my slideshow.
Click on from beginning.
Okay. From beginning. Let me check where. From beginning.
First icon. Yeah.
From okay. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now ready?
Yes.
Le-
Ready.
Doctor, let me check the Dr. Babe email. Okay. Okay, I got it. Okay, my presentation is I can't see the any message, but I'm okay.
Yes.
Let
Go ahead. You are good.
okay, my the presentation is topic is security issue JavaScript.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, first uh, what is the JavaScript? Mainly the JavaScript is one of the script programming language. It is used for making the interactive of the HTML page. Without knowing the HTML, we are unable to do the JavaScript. Like HTML is the like the platform of the JavaScript. The JavaScript is the scripting language. This JavaScript is the very lighting language. This is easy, and Dutu is easy, and this is very light. Okay, and then the JavaScript has a code like executable like computer code. It is we run on the browser of the computer. The JavaScript languages, we embedded the JavaScript directly to the HTML page. The next is what can a JavaScript do? Actually, the JavaScript is using and designing the HTML page and making the attractive to the HTML page. This is like the programming tool. Uh, this is sometimes JavaScript is used for putting the dynamic state into the HTML page. JavaScript also read and write the HTML elements. JavaScript can be used validate data. That means sometimes we write the email address, and then sometimes we write the misspell the email address, and this is the correction and everything done by the in the validate form done by the JavaScript. Okay, JavaScript also detect the visitor browser, means sometimes somebody log in our browser and like this, then the JavaScript detect the who detects out the browser, the visitor, and the JavaScript also create the cookies of the visitors. Actually, my next is how to use the JavaScript do. Actually, we use the keywords inside the brackets. These are the like the starting normally pairs of a script, starting in the script, and then last is the slice script. The initial script is known as the stat tag, and then the last, the end script is known as the end tag. The sometimes the starting stat tag is called as the opening tag, and then the last one is called as the end tag. How to use JavaScript do? We always starting from the HTML and is end the HTML by slice HTML. Start here and end by slice HTML, and there are heads and ends by the heads, and between the heads we putting the title, and then the body, and then end of the body the JavaScript we put inside the body of the HTML. I show you here. I show here by script and slash script. We have to ready. We are able to put the JavaScript between the heads also. Okay. The next is Java and the JavaScript are the same language? This is the question. If arise, then the no. The Java and JavaScript are totally different. The Java are a very complicated language. Uh, this is a complicated language. When we sometimes in on writing the source code of Java, when we make we'll make some mistake like comma and something the is misspell is not run easily. This Java is like the in the rank of a C and C++. The Java is used on the like security system, like designing and everything. But the JavaScript is a simple language, and If we are making sometimes something mistake, then sometimes it is executable. That's the difference between the Java and JavaScript. This my conclusion is Java is the complicated language, is ranking on like the C and C++, but JavaScript is a simple language. If we are making some mistake, then still it is executable. Next is the JavaScript does not support the malicious attack. Means this is a harmful type of attack. This is not supported. For example, the client-side JavaScript that does not provide any way to read, write, delete, since there is a no file object and no file access function. Next is a JavaScript program can use the uh, client machine as attack platform from which the attack to crack the passport on the other machine. That means the cannot use the client the passport crack the passport. Okay, next is when the JavaScript language itself provide this basic level of security against the most dangerous attack. The JavaScript is not allowed to export the information about the user of the browser when that information is supposed to be private. If the something is a private information, this is the JavaScript not allowed to browse this information. If the JavaScript allow to the information like browsing history and book marks like this, it is not more than only the nanosecond later. Like this, if we browse so many things about in our computer, and then if somebody see our story, what we searching, then if he know the about the what we searching, then he know about our the intention and everything. But this is JavaScript. This is not the in the market, not more than nanosecond. There are mainly two measures that can be taken to contain the JavaScript securities. First is sandboxing. The second measure is implementation the same origin policy, which prevent the script from on-site from the accessing data that is used by the script from accessing the data that is used by the script from the other sites. Mainly the common JavaScript security vulnerability is the first one in the vulnerability is cross-site scripting. This enables the attack to manipulate the website to return the malicious script to the visitor. If the XXS vulnerability aren't ready-made, they can result in user data theft, accounts tampering, malware spreading, or a remote control over the user browser. The second one is a cross-site request for Jerry. This is a vulnerability allowed attack to manipulate the victim's browser to take the unlimited action on the other side. This is possible when the target sites authenticate the request slowly using the cookies and the attacker are able to send the request carrying users' cookies. The JavaScript security issue can lead the account tampering, data theft, and fraud and more. Mainly the others that increase the Java security is a improper client server trust relationship. If the relationship between the server is this no good, then the this is the unsecurity. Vulnerability in the browser and the browser plugin codes, and the another is the incorrect implementation of a sandboxing or the same origin policy. The JavaScript security risks can be avoided by developing source application. So by developing this avoided by developing the source application that are free of JavaScript security vulnerability. Many organizations use the JavaScript security analysis to test for and remediate these vulnerabilities. JavaScript security analyze are JavaScript security tool that perform the code analysis on the client-side application. They can test for JavaScript vulnerability issues, the implementation, configuration error, and other risks that can be exploited by the attacker. That's my last one. Let me check where is the message. Okay. I can't see the any message. Stop sharing. What I do? Arrow option. I, I don't know. I don't know.
Yes, I will, Dr. Simon. Okay, no problem. Okay, so guys, I'm going to start my presentation as Dr. Subbai said. That, okay, so so I'm ready for my presentation. So hello everyone. Thanks for attending my presentation. And I think everyone is able to hear me, except uh, so Bhaimaji and Dina. Are you able to hear me?
Yes. but not nicely. You try to your volume, make the good. Okay, your volume is not clear.
Really?
The sound is not clear. Now is good.
How about now?
Now is good.
Okay, okay. Thank you. Yeah, so hello everyone and very good afternoon. So today I'm going to present one research topic for our class CSCI 5120, 5120 topic in information security. And definitely my first slide shows that my topic name. And I'm pretty sure that this topic is very familiar to everyone because nowadays everyone uses this one-time password authentication. And so today I'm going to talk about this. Uh, so everyone knows this small research topic is like a vast and it looks small, the sentence or like those might be just 5 words, but this topic is really vast. So I have decided to go through some small and some important concepts of OTP. And so um, so these are the concepts which we are going to see today. Uh, First one is like an introduction to OTP. What is a one-time password? Then how they are generated and how they are delivered. Then I will walk you through all on an example, and we will see the advantages of one-time password authentication, and we will conclude the topic. So now, what is a password? Basically, this question is, I mean, it's very a basic question, and still I want to explain into this is related to my topic. So, basically, a password is like a secret word, or it's like a string of a character that used for authentication or to prove identity, also to get again an access to any location. And everyone knows that without password, we cannot log into any particular account. Um, and in this technology era, everyone know that we are using technology, internet resources like online banking, shopping, email accounts, then the different apps, and then the social networking sites. For we, each of these accounts or each of these apps, we always try to be secure and we never share our passwords to anyone, and we always try to be safe aside because nobody can invade or attacker cannot get our information from keeping these passwords open to public. So we always try to keep our passwords secure, and that's a secret word. So how this password should be? So I know this is really basic, but still, this password should be, I mean, according to mm, mm, password standards, whenever you try to log into any services or try to use any resources, that time when you try to put password to any system, it always shows that it should have one uppercase alphabet, one lowercase alphabet, as well as two special characters. And it should be a little bit hard to guess. For example, if I'm keeping my password as a colleague as my neighbor, it can be easily guessed. Anyone can easily try to find out what it is, and they can randomly guess. So, so, um, so password should be hard to guess. And we usually keep, I usually use all these online accounts and resources. We usually keep all these passwords very static passwords, traditional passwords, some names and characters and blah blah. So these passwords are static ones, which are easy to do. So here comes a picture. Here, one-time password comes in a picture. So what is a one-time password? This password is just valid for one login session for the transaction. So um, uh, usually single unique password to authenticate a user over an untrusted communication channel. For example, if I want to open um, my Google account, or sometime in other network. I wanted to be sure that this network is safe, or this password should not be copy caching and this shouldn't be easily hacked or something. So I'll go for this OTP one-time password authentication that will give me some passcode. Password and
Rupali ji, hello. I think that is. Rupali ji, hello.
hello.
Hello, Rupali ji.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, now nicely, please improve your. The sound is not here nicely. That's the reason the we got a problem. Yeah, we don't hear nicely your voice.
Okay. So can you guys hear me now?
Now well, you talk to Dr. Babe.
Yeah.
Oh, Dr. Babe, write the message. You see the message there.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see his message. Yeah, it's better now. Hmm. Now can you, Dharmaji, can you hear me and as well as can you see my complete screen? I mean, the total screen screenshots, full screen.
No, not a full screen. We hear your voice is now good, but we can't see the full screen. Dr. Babe also right there is message. You see there.
I don't know what is going on, but it's. I'm trying to share full screen, but it's just showing now.
Let me. We still can see the PPT. Not. Yeah, we cannot.
Can't you see my screen?
Not a full screen. Only the
I'm trying to I'm trying to make my screen full, but
Please check the message, Rupali.
can you speak some more? I don't know, but I don't know why you guys now is not able to see. Okay, so should I, can you at least can you see my PPTs in at least half screen?
Yeah, only the half screen, not a full screen.
Now, now,
Not a full.
okay, okay, but now what should I do? Because even Dr. Bag is not replying. So,
Dr. Babe send you the message. Please check the message there.
mm,
Give you idea how to make the full screen.
yeah, I'm actually sharing screen, but I don't know why I'm not able to see that. But it was in the beginning it was going right, right?
No, we can see the full screen.
I'm doing,
There is the green arrow is there. Then you click there.
but it just shows screen share, and then it's saying that it's saying that yeah, okay, at least now.
Same, not a full screen.
Oh my goodness, I'm doing everything F5. I'm completing what I need, what I'm supposed to do, and I'm doing that. But I don't know what's the problem. Dr. Bai, I am not able to see. Hello, hello.
Rupali ji, did you see the message of Dr. Babe there?
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Should I go ahead? Okay, so I was on the slide. And I was talking about password and what is OTP. Okay, so OTPs. So, so we have seen that what OTP is and how these OTPs are important nowadays to secure our password. Now OTP provide a number of shortcomings, and what those shortcomings are. For example, they are OTPs are definitely very contrast to static passwords because um, the most important thing that they contrast to static passwords is they are not easy to replay attacks because potential attackers can manage to record OTP that was already used to log in a service or to conduct a transaction will not be able to use it since it will be no longer invalid because this OTP, one-time password is used for that period for just some time and then those will not no longer valid. Um, Now, after this introduction, I will switch to what are the methods to generate these OTPs, and would like to go through some methods which are I mean how these OTPs are generated. So basically, there. First method is time synchronization, which is based on the time synchronization, which is in between authentication server and client providing password. Um, and these OTPs, these OTPs are valid only for a short time of period, very short time of period. Um, and this These can be usually, you can see in the picture that picture shows there is one small piece of, it looks like a small calculator or keychain. It looks like that, but that hardware piece is called as a security token. So that security token is used to get the OTP, and that sign. So how it works? So inside that token, inside that device, small device, an accurate clock that has been that has been synchronized with the clock on proprietary authentication server. For example, once this person, he wants to log into his account, and so he has already used his password, and he is in some zone. For example, he is in um, uh, the USB zone, whatever zone, and so he is actually trying to log into account, and that's his proprietary authentication servers clock will be definitely wherever he is present. So those authentication server time clock and that device accurate clock, that those are two synchronized things, and that will on this OTP system, this time is one of the important part of password algorithm. So generation of new password is based on the current time, rather than the previous password or a secret. So this token is like a proprietary device. This can be, that that is particularly belongs to cloud. Hello, 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 Dr. Baez. Why Gina is sharing screen with us? Gina, stop sharing your screen. Okay. So now about generating uh, after time synchronization, we are going to see one other method that is known as the mathematical algorithm method, which is basically most hash chain. Mm, uh, Everyone knows the hash function of cryptography, and those hash functions are like a function that can be used to map data of arbitrary size to data of fixed size. And the cryptography hash functions are long-range functions that easy to get hash function for every every input, but hard to get it reversed. So in this algorithm, they are gonna use hash function fs, and then this starting value, that s, seed value, and according to that, this as this says that it's a one-way function, um, and it uses some mathematical equations, like it uses some like hash-based messages authentication code, which involves hash function and cryptographic key, that is with the combination of counters. So so here, this is one other type of method to generate the OTP. And Basically, hash functions are designed to extremely hard to reverse. Therefore, attacker would need to know initial seed S to calculate the possible password. Because without knowing that this hash function will first of all take initial seed S, and then it will start calculating the password. And so, if attackers find out the hash function, but if it doesn't know the starting value s, then it will be really hard to calculate the possible password. Now, we will move to methods of delivering OTP. So, what are those methods? So, the methods of delivering OTP, which are like token based, and token based, which means either of both. I mean, the algorithms which we saw, the method which we saw for generating OTP. So these delivering options, we use one of them, and so we will see the method of delivering this OTP. First is text message, then the second is a mobile phone, then the web-based method, and then hardware and paper copies, that hard copies. So, what text messaging? Text message is a commonly everywhere available communication medium, something directly available to nearly all mobile handsets. So, I don't think so. There are people who can say that, oh, we don't know text messages, what it is. So, it's very common. It's very common technology used to deliver OTPs, and because the text messaging is present communication channel, as well as it's a great potential to reach all consumers with a low total cost, because that cost is not much for users. So, however, the cost of text messaging for each OTP may not be accessible for some users, but still, this is one of the common and very used um, used by every user, OTP delivering method. Um, Also, in addition, I would like to say that threats from the hackers is like the mobile phone operators become a part of trust chain. So usually, these mobile companies send us OTPs through their network, and so we usually trust them. But in case of roaming, if you go to some other place, for example, if I'm going to moving to, or maybe just for a fun, I'm going to Canada, and it will definitely, if my network is AT&T network, it will start taking AT&T network of Canada. And if that network is not a trusted network, then definitely it is going to, anyone can use this information and may mount a middleman attack, which is uh, which is very common type of attack. Um, One of the examples for this is like Google has already started. Everyone knows that Google has started OTP to mobile to landline phone for all Google accounts, and the user can receive OTP either through text messages or either you will get calls. Um, so this is one type of delivering OTP. Second is the mobile token app. There are few apps which are actually low-cost methods, which is um, because large customer base already owns mobile phones for the purpose of for the purpose other than the generating OTPs. Like nobody is going to buy a phone just to generate OTP, right? So already customer use, like everyone has mobile phone, but they are going to use some apps which will give us security tokens. Like for example, I know one example is active ID stop token. So that's a software that will generate some OTPs for you. So the computing power storage required this OTP is usually very um, very supportive. These are mobile phones additionally support any number of tokens within the one installation, and so this is one of the other method for generating OTP. Now, now we will see other method is web-based method. Web-based method delivering one-time password without need of token. Here, you need not to web-based methods does not require any token. On such methods, usually users the ability to recognize pre-chosen categories from randomly generated pictures. And when first registering on website, the user chose several secret categories such as dogs and such as car, boats, flowers, anything like whatever your favorite. And and in that way, that each time user log into website, the they are presented with the randomly generated groups. And so this is like a web-based method, or which is I can give an example, which is actually used by I mean I'm using this web-based method for my banking account. So it is also very I feel it's very secure. Now the hard copy. So the hard copy. So hard copies is it's like a paper-based website login. It uses a paper copy or plastic cards to deliver OTPs. So in some countries, online banking, the bank sends user a number of lists of OTPs that are printed on paper. And sometimes they send cards too, and that plastic card with actual OTP by layer that user has to scratch off and reveal the number OTP. For every online transaction, user is required to enter a specific OTP from that list. And so this is how, and I know few countries where these type of OTP delivering methods are used. That those are like Germany and Austria. So these are the this is the one of the type of delivering OTP. Now I would like to take you through one example which I have yesterday. I have just implemented that on my just for this presentation, I uninstalled one of my apps and then I installed it again. This is Viber app. Usually, this Viber app is I'm using this Viber app to calling and texting, and for this app we need to if by using my number or by using in my account, anyone can use this Viber account to their computer or maybe on their phone. But for that reason, there is they usually send one um, one password, what do you say, one text text support. They send usually they generate OTP and they send to your number. Now here, this is the first screen. I would like to take you to welcome Viber, and I want to continue this. So it will ask me enter your country and then your number. When you click to continue, it will ask you phone verification. Is this number correct? An SMS with the access code will be sent to this number. Okay. And then get a code, and here you can see the code which I got from the company's maybe customer services or something. I don't know. But that code will generate that OTP for me, and then Using that secure code, I am able to log into my account, and you can see here I'm user. So this is it was Rupali, and then I can access and all. So this so once um hello hello. So once you have successfully logged into your app, you can enjoy this app. So what are the advantages of uh, advantages of this OTP systems are one-time password authentication systems. It's a cost effective, then alternative for expensive and digital certificates. Um, they cannot be reused definitely. And as they say that it's the second, like it can be a major advantage is whose user who uses the same a similar password for multiple systems is not made vulnerable for all of them. If password for one of these gained by attacker, a number of OTP system is aimed to ensure mm, sessions cannot be easily interpreted. So the second thing avoids expensive hardware tokens. Definitely, these hardware tokens are not that expensive. Um, can be time limited, of course. This is one of the important factor. Can be used over a untrusted communication path like telnet. Of course, we have seen in the Dr. Basu that we are using telnet to connect to this untrusted thing. I mean, untrusted websites, web-based um, servers. So, but for this, if you generate OTP while you're connecting to, if you're um, connecting to untrusted communications, so you can just use this OTP. Then you can use the compromised user passwords, multiple generation delivery mechanism. So according to me, one-time password is used in most common thing that is used by users, and it has a number of advantages like delivering method are easy and helpful to everyone because everyone nowadays everyone is like um, everyone uses smartphones, everyone uses apps, mobile, then text messaging. So that's very useful method to get and to deliver OTP. Also, it's a little bit. I feel it's more secure than the static password. The password which we usually use for in a traditional way. So these OTPs are definitely more secure than those passwords. Okay, so that's it for the day. I mean, that was my topic. Thanks so much.
Guys, can you hear me? Okay. Jason, you ready?
That depends if y'all can hear me.
Do you have PowerPoint?
I do not have a PowerPoint, but I do have example.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
You might want to share the screen or something to show us whatever you have.
Okay. Hang on. You're working?
Yes, we can see your screen, your browser.
Okay. All right. Well, I was going to give a talk on cross-site scripting, also shortened to XSS. The basics behind it here is sort of what I was talking about with JavaScript being some malicious JavaScript being injected into a normally trusted web application. Usually you see it in places like forums or web chats, things like that. Anywhere that you might find some kind of HTML code such as bold tags or anything like that is usually a place where cross-site scripting is vulnerable. It's actually what OWASP defines it as. Just a brief example, or just a brief overview of it there. It is basically just malicious code injection using JavaScript. But what I've done here is I prepared to teach with example. So I've set up a small domain host that's running a vulnerable web app. Right now it is running with no filtering or anything like that. So this is an example web application that would be, in this case, is vulnerable. It's just a simple message board with a title and message. Allows users to leave messages for other people to read, things like that. So it's very simple, very small web application. So if we were, say, to try to attack this, the first thing we would go about doing is determining if it is vulnerable and what level of vulnerability it possesses. So we can have anything for the title. Our main interest is in the body. We can have part of a message, and we'll test to see if it filters out HTML tags. I like to use bold. It makes things nice and easy to see. Forgive me for a few typos, my hands are cold. So what we're going to check to see here is we can see that the bold tag is highlighted. That means that the web application allows us to use tags. And the simplest way to execute JavaScript is with script tags. Now, using alert is just an example to test. If this works, then that would mean that any arbitrary JavaScript code could be executed. It could be a redirection to another website to allow the attacker to redirect everyone who views it to their website to store cookies. It's a method called cookie jacking. It also allows for, I've seen it used as a backdoor method where it forces a remote connection to a predefined host. And I actually watched an exploitation the other day involving a user who had set up a virtual machine and created a backdoor with that and executed arbitrary code on the user's machine. In this case, we actually submit it, and as we view the page, it pops up with our alert message. That means that it's not filtering out the script and allows us to execute this code as we want. And this is actually a method called stored cross-site scripting. This means that the script itself is actually stored on the web page. It's stored on the server. So if we come back to this page, we see that the script is still executing. So that anybody that visits this page will be presented with this alert. One of the very popular methods of cookie jacking is just simply to display the cookies. Usually now this is done as saving it to a remote place. As you can see, the first one is still there, so it presented up with alert 0, and it says it's undefined. This website is actually not storing any cookies. So what we've seen is this actually allows us to, without any kind of filtering, execute arbitrary code however we like. If you can imagine the examples, like I said before, it allows for backdooring, cookie jacking. It also allows for making websites rendered almost unusable. One example, if I remember the correctness of it, it allows you to change the size of font or use headings that you normally shouldn't be able to, which I've actually seen where you can use the characters with a font so large it actually prevents that those characters are on the top layer and prevent you from being able to click on links, rendering that page entirely useless. So what we're going to do here is we're also going to clear the database real quick so we don't have to make sure that's clear. Yeah. So now that that's clear, another method of cross-site scripting is what's called reflective. Now this is not stored on the server, so it's only done when it's viewed. It's only for the user who's viewing it. This still allows us to perform the same style of attack, as well as cookie jacking and arbitrary code. Keep in mind that these codes are executed on the server side. So we can still test the same way. And as you can see from my autofill, there's a lot of predefined methods there. We can still test with our bold tags. And this just prints out hello and then what's in the box. In this case, it's bold test. If we use the same script, we'll simply print out what script we have. And that's known as reflexive because if we come back to this page, there's nothing there. It doesn't actually store anything on the server side. This is very useful for having targeted attacks and flying under the radar effectively. Stored cross-site scripting can be found very quickly by a good web admin, since they will probably stumble across the page and be able to react quickly enough. However, reflexive is a little bit harder to detect. But what we'll do now is we'll give a better example of switching the web app to have some form of filtering to it. So if we go back to our stored cross-site scripting, put back the title. This is using a very basic form of filtering. As you can see, it filters out the script tags. This is one of the more common methods is to just remove any kind of tag. Mostly you see that with just scripts. As we can see, this setup actually filters out any HTML tags, so that the message body doesn't have any kind of formatting or any kind of tags that we can use. So any user that, say, wanted to have an image couldn't put in one of their own. It would just leave the field blank. It would filter out that entire tag. But in this case of the web application, I'd like to open it up to a white box view. First, can anybody see that pop-up menu that just popped up?
No.
Okay, is there one there now?
Yes.
Okay. What this is the source code for how it's doing the filtering for this message body. So before we were doing it black box, we were attempting to exploit it without knowing what was going on with the code. But if we can take a look at it now, they did use a lot of comments, which makes it easy. As we can see, we have our message body And if we look down here, it has a method for sanitizing the method input. It strips the tags, it escapes strings, and it removes any kind of HTML special characters. This is the proper way for removing most cross-site scripting methods and filter evasions. However, if we look at this, at the next part where it says, where it sanitizes the title input, the only thing it replaces is it replaces script tag with a null character. So if we try it this way, we run out of room. There's not enough length to type in everything we'd like, which is easily circumventable. Typing the maximum allowed characters in the title. So now we see that we fixed the problem with the size. It did strip out the script tags. One of the very popular methods for avoiding this is to use it's called a malformed image tag. We try this. We should receive an error for a picture, a broken image. Now what that tells us is that it is allowing the image tag, but one of the properties that the image tag has is on error. It allows us to JavaScript. I think I missed. Okay, this is what I tried earlier. What this script is doing is it is doing alert, but what it's doing is it's replacing the strings with creating a string from char code, so that if it was filtering out any kind of text in that area. As we can see, that popped up, meaning that even in the title we could execute any kind of arbitrary code we'd like. As we can see, it still displayed the broken image, but since the image doesn't have a location, there's nothing for it to load, so it throws an error. It allows us to use that method of execution. The same can be done with body tags, any other tag in HTML that's not filtered out. So even if they filter out images, it'll work with ending anything that could have a source. It could even be done remote. If size is a limiting factor, the image source can be used to reference to an external site that has a JavaScript file, and that can be loaded as well. So if we go back to a reflective example, where the same filtering occurs, we'll see now that this will not work. And once again, it stripped out the tags. Now, if we look at the code for this one, once again, another thing that we notice is that the only thing it's replacing is this literal right here, literal script. And what makes that very interesting is that if we simply capitalize any of the letters in there, it worked earlier. There we go. Just simply capitalizing allows us to evade that filter. Now, there's many methods of filtering that can be done. But what we can look at here is actually looking at the different source code that this particular application uses. It actually has 4 different levels of filtering. If we look at the low level, the only thing it does is it escapes string, or it does a real escape string to attempt to sanitize the input. Moving up, it just filters out the script. The next step that it does is it starts to replace specific characters with any amount of characters between them. That makes particularly difficult for another method for evading filters sometimes is to add null characters, new lines, spaces, or anything like that, so that on the server it's interpreted as the word script, but in the HTML it's not the literal script. However, the best form of sanitation is to completely escape all characters, remove special characters, and remove slashes in this case. It allows us to remove anything that has any form of script, and it also prevents us from using like malformed image tags to use JavaScript as well. But as you can see, this is it does allow for quite a bit of vulnerability. I didn't want to get too far into various forms of JavaScript execution. The basics of cross-site scripting is mostly just being able to execute that code. I didn't want to get into what you can do with that code, but to demonstrate how you can test for it, how it's exploitable, and that to a degree there's not a web application that isn't vulnerable to some form of it. So these are normally trusted web applications such as forums. The best way to do it is to not trust any kind of user data. Any kind of data that the user inputs, such as a name or body, search methods, usernames, passwords, anything like that, that the server has to process, should be sanitized before it is processed, such as if you remove any kind of tags, any kind of scripts, or any kind of redirections or anything like that. Did anybody have any questions real quick before I continue?
How about those forums where bold and utilize tags are supported?
Okay. I actually have a good example. I know this seems kind of obscure, but the Georgia View website does support bolded text. I believe I'm going in the right direction. If we attempt to bold any text standard in the Georgia View's website, we can see that it considers it literal. It doesn't actually interpret it. But they do have a source editor, which, as we can see, what it does is it takes and it changes the characters into a different method of translation. It's a LT for less than, GT for greater than. That way, the source can still have less than and greater than signs, but if the user was to type one in, it would still be considered that, the less than or greater than sign, instead of a tag. But this also still allows us to go into the source editor. If we save that, it bolds it. And I actually played around with this a little bit to make sure it was safe. And the Georgia View website does prevent both methods that I showed today. Actually, if we go to preview, we'll see we have a malformed image, bold, nothing in between them. And if we go back to the source, it removes it, and it's replaced our previous source tag with an expanded link, and our on-error function has been removed.
Is there any other way to exploit it? Did you have a chance to play more on this?
I did play with this website, or with this forum, for quite a while. I was not able to find any exploit that could cause any real damage. I was able to, I do not have the subdomain anymore, but I was able to put some link in the source file to a PHP site, which allowed, so if I was hosting a PHP site, I could log how many times the image came up, or count that as a page view. It's not any harm to the client, but if I had different advertisements that paid per page view, I could effectively use it as some kind of exploit, although it's frowned upon, and the advertisers would drop the link very quickly.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Seems to be nobody has any questions. Okay, thank you, Jason. It was interesting. Anybody else wants to present today? Vivek, are you here? Would you like to present today? Okay, then you will do it on Friday. Seems to be very crowded day on Friday. I have a number of requests to postpone presentations. So let us just do the rest on Friday. One thing that I want to tell to those who will be presenting on Friday, first of all, make sure that your visual is correct. When Rupali was presenting, it was very hard to hear her, at least at the beginning. And then she wasn't sharing the screen correctly, and that was another issue. Just come by 5-10 minutes ahead of time before we start. Again, we start at 10, but I will need to make a break from 11 to 12 to attend a meeting, faculty meeting. So we'll have a break at 11, and then we will resume on 12. Just come by 10-15 minutes before 10, just to make sure that your technical components work fine. And then on 12, we will get back to whatever extent we will need to see all the presentations. And rather than this, that's it. Should you have any questions, just reach me out via email, and I'll try to respond to each of you. Okay. This session was recorded, and the Friday session will be recorded as well. So feel free to watch it if you missed something. And just see you all on Friday.